Keep in mind we have a hot mic here, so.
Give him no rank! 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 Don't break gang! Don't break gang! No more cops! 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 Don't break gang! 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 No more cops! No more cops! No more cops! Defund the police! Defund the police! No more cops! 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 No more cops!
Guys, let me
No more cops! 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 No more cops!
Alright, stream. Not sure exactly what's happening right now, but we're currently moving. Yeah, I can't hear shit.
We thought it would be something of a reference to a current mayor and some of the sentiment that people have had about a need for a change and a different approach.
A lot of boxes behind everyone.
Maybe we can stop there.
Well, he's trying to get away. No, I understand.
Don't rank gang! Don't rank gang! Don't rank gang! You're a fucking embarrassment, dude! Don't rank gang! Don't rank gang! Hedge fund mayor! 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 Hedge fund mayor!
He's been dogged by these investigations at every level is like a thing of the distant past. It's like here and now. So I think it's very fair for our voters to examine Eric Adams' record and the investigations that have dogged him at every turn, at every level of government.
Mayor, I wouldn't fucking run for mayor. What the fuck?
Well, again,
Don't rank gang.
some of the issues that I'm talking about are like in the here and now. And if someone has a consistent pattern of having investigations in their political record at every stage, including, again, like the Federal Department of Justice, which I would suggest is kind of rare. It's kind of rare for a state legislator or a borough president to get that kind of attention from the feds. You know, it's something that voters have to take into account. Because if you have hedge fund mayor, because if you have that kind of pattern, if you have that kind of pattern, then that pattern is going to follow you into City Hall.
Andrew, why did you say you want Mayor de Blasio's and Governor Cuomo's support? And what was the dislocation about here today?
Also,
watch out.
So I'm going to be a mayor who wants to work with everyone, and the fact is that Mayor de Blasio is still in position to do a lot of good, to deliver a lot of good for the people of New York. Now, I'm the change candidate, and if Mayor de Blasio wakes up tomorrow and says, hey, we do need to make a lot of change and we're going to want to endorse me, I would accept this endorsement.
Folks, we're going to cross the street.
Don't rank yay! 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 Hedge fund mayor! Don't rank yay!
In many ways a continuation of the politics that have run our city into the ground. But it's also true that I want to be a mayor that works with everyone. If Mayor de Blasio were to wake up tomorrow and want to make changes, then including the budget that right now he's leaving the next mayor with, and it's something that I'd be very, very happy to work with him, as I'd be happy to work with just about anyone who wants to help get the city heading in a better direction.
What was the location about today?
Well, it was, again, a reference to the frustration that many people feel with the administration and politics as usual, the business as usual. Like, we need to make a change.
The mayor hasn't been to the Y in months. Over a year since the pandemic.
Well, I mean, but even when we talk about this, oh, watch out. Sorry, sir. But even when we talk about this, I mean, it's well known what the practices have been over the last number of years, and you know, we thought it would be like a contrast that some voters and some journalists would appreciate.
You've also accepted the endorsement of Blasio at the same time, you know,
Well, clearly, I mean, he hasn't endorsed me. I mean, he's making calls on behalf of Eric Adams. The endorsement is very much, you know, like not, you know, it's not the case.
Hi Andrew, how are you? Nice
Hey,
to
how are
see
you?
you.
Good to see you.
I wanted to know how you're feeling about the Adult Survivors Act that Albany is hoping to pass.
I am so thrilled that the Adult Survivors Act is passing in Albany, and my wife Evelyn was a part of the efforts to get that bill passed. It's going to enable many people who've been suffering from the effects of sexual assault for years and years to actually be able to get some measure of justice and tell their stories. So I'm really excited about it. I'm so glad that the state legislators in Albany decided to pass the Adult Survivors Act. It's the right thing to do.
I wish Evelyn was here so I could ask her herself, but you know, have you talked to her about how she's feeling? I mean, there's so many about ASA, and also, I mean, the fact that
I talked to Evelyn last night about it, and she's thrilled. I mean, she was with people. She talks to people every day, and she was talking to legislators, to activists. She has many friends, obviously, in that group of women who've stepped forward with Dr. Haddon, but also survivors of sexual assault from any number of environments, not just from her doctor. So yeah, Evelyn and I were celebrating last night the imminent passage.
How you talked about the budget yesterday. You keep talking about the budget deficit, but you actually haven't said what you're going to do to cut back on the budget. You keep saying you're going to have to make tough decisions, but you haven't said what those are going to be.
Well, we have to get into office and then see just how bad the situation is going to be. But I've also suggested new revenue sources, like a vacant land tax, where right now vacant lots are getting appraised and taxed at a very small fraction of their true market value. So even that measure would generate hundreds of millions in new revenue. But so it's going to be a combination of things. We do need to be more mindful of the budget moving forward. And I think New Yorkers recognize the common sense that if everyone's projecting a $5 billion plus deficit in 2023, then you should be planning on that now. And acting like this federal windfall is something that we can rely on, because the odds are that there's not going to be a second federal relief bill. So we have to make this money last. We have to have the proceeds responsible.
The budget's actually a little bit lower than that. It's just over 3.9 billion. You keep saying it's 5.
Well, the estimate I saw was 5.3 billion. Thank you. The estimate I saw was 5.3 billion. I've seen that. I've seen 5 billion. I've seen 5.3. So there are different estimates, but I believe that 5 billion figure was actually from the mayor's office.
The budget documents say it's 2.9 billion.
Again, the document I saw said $5 billion, and that was actually from the mayor's office directly. So we'd have to take
What will
see.
you cut? If you have to cut, what will you cut in your first year as mayor? Will you have to negotiate that for the budget?
Well, I'm very confident that given that no one's even made any basic cost efficiency cuts over this last number of years, that there's going to be a lot of waste, a lot of inefficiency. I mean, if you can imagine a $90 billion budget where no one has actually examined costs for 7.5 years, we're going to find epic levels of waste and mismanagement. And so the hope is that we can find a significant level of the cuts from within the existing agencies.
Guys, come on.
Without having to make any cuts that are going to actually touch the services that New Yorkers feel every day. And this is one thing that we're getting wrong, is that people think that resources equal services. There are a lot of times when we're actually spending money, but it's not actually delivering value for the people in New York.
But you never understand how you would make the cuts.
Well, again, what? Yes. So the basic practice for years has been a peg system, where you go to the heads of agencies and say, find me 3.5% of cuts and let me know what that looks like, and then also ask them, watch your back.
Go into the sign.
And then
Thank you, everyone.
And no more 3%. Like, let me know what the different measures look like, and then you start making choices. But we haven't even asked agency heads to do these basics. So after we have agency heads examine what different levels of percentage cuts look like, then we can start making very, very tactical and deliberate decisions about what cuts will not impact the services that New Yorkers need right now. Thank you, everyone.
Don't rank yet. Don't rank yet. Don't rank yet.
We'll get a good view of all the people. Alright, got what I wanted to get. Where'd Mark go? Mark Clock. No clue. He might have actually gone down into the subway with Andrew. So that was fun. Nice press conference there. I'm not sure how the sound was, because for obvious reasons. However, hopefully you guys got to hear. Mark followed Yang probs. No, I'm not going to go down the subway. You know what? I mean, I do have an unlimited card, so I could. It looks like the protest is over. Oh, hold up. Let me get this.
He's a businessman, but he has held no office. He's not voted ever, as far as I understand. And if you love the city enough that you want to be mayor, you should have some history. You should have run for some other offices. You should have at least voted. Now, I'm a former Marine, and I still feel that, your choice is your choice. You do what you need to do. and what you believe. Even in Vietnam, that I served in, I had no problem with folks that went, that didn't go and so on. So that was their right and it was questionable. This is something a little different. This is about if you feel that you need to be the mayor, that you're going to do good, where's the good that you've supposedly done before? Where is, I don't want to get about patriotism and all that, but still, your love for the city and your need to be mayor so you can improve things, where was your effort before? If you're not bringing that. And his questions, his answers, and suggestions are very simplistic. Anybody can say those things, throw money at it, more cops and stuff. That's not what you need from a leader. You need a leader that's going to find ways to make things better.
That's right.
Bring more money if you need.
He's been
but you
accused
gotta
of
work with
sexual
what you have.
harassment. That's perfectly reasonable, right? You should label Yang. He has no qualifications and is in the bag of Wall Street, tech, and real estate. You know? It's just ridiculous. I mean, imagine somebody coming for your job interview, for your job, having zero qualifications for it. It's ridiculous. Media has a screening function, and I hope you employ it.
So what they're doing is he's asking the media to be more biased against Yang because apparently the current level isn't good enough.
I think we can differ on ideological stuff, positions, but this guy, it's a joke. That's insulting.
How did you guys all come together?
We're friends.
You're friends.
Yeah, just.
When that's right. Well, let's see. About. Okay.
Does he send out like a press release or something where he's going to
Yeah,
show up?
yeah. All the candidates give their
little updates
schedule
of
for the day. How did you guys hear about it?
I'm sure from that, somebody probably tipped us.
Right.
Mind if I ask you a question? So you're obviously not a fan of Yang. Who is your choice for mayor?
It's true. I'm obviously not a fan of Yang, absolutely, because he's owned by real estate, Wall Street, and tech. So, he's unacceptable. It shouldn't be running.
So who else do you think should be the mayor then of the candidates that are running?
I think it's a great question, and I'm somebody who is a progressive voter, and so I'm going to be voting for Maya Wiley or for Scott Stringer. I haven't figured out.
And this year, because of ranked choice voting, you have 5 ballots. But obviously, with this speech, the message was don't rank Yang. So I guess, is there any are you worried at all about someone who could be even maybe worse than Yang for progressives possibly? Like I know progressives worry about Eric Adams with stop and frisk, and he has a lot of developer deals. Is that something that you'd be concerned about with them both at the top of the polls?
Yeah, I think Adams is just as bad as Yang from the perspective of being owned by Wall Street, real estate, and tech. So his record is of corruption for real estate developers while pretending he's anti-gentrification. So I do think he's also an unacceptable choice.
Yeah, well, I like Maya, so she's good.
There we go. Yeah, I'm voting for her. Not sure.
Gotcha.
Who are you with?
I'm an independent channel, so awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. So he said Eric's just as bad as Yang, but that even though that they're the ones at the top of the polls to rank Maya. I don't mind Maya these days. I think Maya. I think Maya. I think it's indisputable that Maya would be better than Adams. I mean, thing is, Adams is full of corruption. So Adams on policy, I mean, it's confusing. Basically, I don't know. Really need to dive into development. Jeffrey says Garcia is gonna win. No one sufficient starts attacking her. Edmund, yo, what's up, Edmund? Good to see you. So, looks like this protest just about wrapped up. They're protesting the Yang campaign. And yeah, this was our only stream for the day. However, what I think I'm gonna do is upload Yang's highlights from last night, like the everything Yang said debate highlights. And then I think Yang was also on Morning Joe this morning, so I might upload that. We'll see. But nonetheless, thank you so much for tuning in. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. And we'll see you guys next time. Take care.